Hello everybody, and yes, I'm back with another video. Today's true crime video is gonna be a little bit different. It's more recent and it really isn't the typical true crime type of videos that I normally do. Today we're gonna be talking about the shooting at YouTube headquarters. And this was absolutely insane, and I'm sure you all have heard of it. It's literally everywhere right now. A woman decided to go into YouTube headquarters and just start shooting. 4 people were injured, and it was pretty gruesome. She killed herself afterwards. Now, there are some pretty crazy elements to this, so I'm just gonna get a little bit more into detail about those. So the shooter's name was Nassam Agdam. She was 39. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, and actually, you know what? I don't apologize if I pronounce it wrong because she's a shooter, so I don't really, but she was identified by the media. The police haven't actually identified any suspects yet officially, like to the public, so I guess that's an important thing to note. The media kind of identified her. And she was a disgruntled YouTuber. She was outraged. She made a video which has surfaced again on Twitter after YouTube kind of took her entire channel off. I am debating on whether or not I'll put it in this video. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. I don't think that her rant deserves to see that much attention, but you know, I might decide to put it on here. I haven't decided yet. But so in it, she basically says that YouTube is demonetizing, or was demonetizing, her videos purposely, basically that they were out to get her and her channel, and that they only make like certain people that they want to be famous, which that's just not true. There's so many people on YouTube. There's no way that YouTube is going through and, you know, handpicking and being like, oh, I want this person to be famous. Oh, I don't want this person to be famous. No, if you're not brand friendly, then they're not gonna monetize you. It's just that. She had a substantial amount of subscribers, and she was saying in her rant that she had this ab workout video of like how to work out your abs, and she was fully clothed and was doing these ab workouts, and I guess it got age restricted. And she was saying that there's so many other things on YouTube that are way more inappropriate that don't get age restricted. And you know what? I actually kind of agree with her on that point. I don't understand why it was age restricted, but there could be, you know, she went straight to blaming YouTube. There could be so many other factors that play into that. Somebody else could have flagged it for being inappropriate, you know, something like that. It's not necessarily YouTube out to get her, but obviously she had a skewed way of thinking. And the crazy thing is, her dad is now coming forward and saying that he was, you know, aware that she would most likely be headed to YouTube to do something. He said that he informed police because he reported her missing 2 days before she started shooting up the headquarters. So he reported her missing, and they found her sleeping in her car a few miles away from YouTube headquarters. And they won't confirm whether or not, you know, the dad actually told them that she might be targeting YouTube or anything of the sorts. They won't confirm anything. So, you know, this is really, really new, and there's not like a massive amount of information on it, but I just think it's really important to talk about because, you know, all the focus is on school shootings right now, which should be obviously, but there are also, you know, they're happening all the time in many different ways, shapes, and forms, and it's just insane. And also, you know, it's an attack on the YouTube community as a whole, you know. It makes you think that that's just like people's go-to now, like, oh, I'm not getting my way with this or that, while my solution is to go start shooting people. That's not okay. There's nothing okay about that, and I think a lot of it is glorifying these shooters, these people. You know, there's a lot of people saying like, oh, she was the 6th woman to conduct, you know, a mass shooting in the past however many years, and I just think, why focus on that? Because then there's gonna be girls that are going to try to copy that in some way, shape, or form, because that's what always happens. And it's just, why glorify these people? Why not, I can't even find the names of the victims to give them any recognition. I know that 2 of them are in, like, their conditions are severe. One of them is fair, so I know that, and then she's obviously, the shooter's dead. But I really think just glorifying these shooters is what is causing them to happen more and more frequently. In these other countries, you don't see as many, and I think part of that is probably because they're not doing, the media isn't handling it the same way that we're handling it. I think that we should be given stories or pictures of the victims before we are the shooter. I mean, I want to know that the shooter's been detained or whatever. I want to know that, because I want to know that everything's safe. But I don't know. I look into the shooters and I look into their backgrounds because I'm seriously intrigued with that, but I could give that up if it meant that more people were gonna be safe. So, if they didn't make that documentary reading out the manifesto of a certain shooter, sure, I wouldn't have that interesting thing to watch, but that could potentially save other people, because someone watching it could want to do something like that. And so, if I have to miss out on that to save other people's lives, that's fine by me. I think that we need to stop with it completely, because it's just not worth it. The amount of fascination with these people is just not worth other people getting too fascinated and crossing that line, in my opinion. But yeah, this woman, since, all we have is information on her, I guess. She was a bodybuilder, she was a animal rights activist, and a YouTuber, obviously. And yeah, I don't know what drove her to such madness. I don't understand it. I always try to understand with stuff like this. That's kind of like what I do all the time, but I don't know. In my opinion, YouTube is not a job, Like, obviously I don't have enough subscribers or anything as of right now to be monetized, but if that day ever comes for me, I'm not quitting my job or quitting college or whatever to be a full-time YouTuber, unless I'm like Shane Dawson, which I am not. But it's not a job. You shouldn't rely on that as your main source of income if you're not, again, like Shane Dawson or something like that. You shouldn't be relying on YouTube, because this is a video sharing platform after all. I mean, it's not really a job. You can't go online and apply to be a YouTuber. Like, it's, instead of going and shooting people because your financial situation isn't that great, maybe you should just get a job. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, get a job. Do what you have to do. Like, there's so many other ways to solve a financial crisis than to go to that length. And I know all the people who are watching this are probably not in that state of mind at all, and you're probably like, yeah, that's common sense. Well, apparently to some people like this woman, it's not common sense, and that is what sucks. So I guess that's my rant. With that being said, I do have an update on the alien voicemail, and speaking of Shane Dawson, it was actually his conspiracy theory video that I wanted to talk about, because he got to interview Ty straight away, the account that posted the voicemail. And this guy basically said that, confirmed his identity, showed his face. It was him from the picture. It was him. And he said that it was a 100% real voicemail, wasn't a prank. He was truly scared by it, but he does think that people kind of took it too far. But other than that, I don't know. He says that it was an authentic voicemail. So, I mean, I'm still terrified for April 18th. I found out that with April 18th, it's because there were people sending him, because I know in my last video I said that my friend mentioned April 18th, but I didn't know anything about it and I couldn't find anything about it. Well, people were DMing him in different languages, and then when those languages were being translated, it was saying like April 18th is going to be the end of the world, pretty much, or they're coming on April 18th, something to that effect. And so that's where the whole April 18th Stephen Hawking stuff came about. People were messaging this guy in different languages, and he actually, it's important to note in his interview with Shane Dawson, he did say that he thinks that people were just making those accounts that speak English, and like they were just using Google Translate to like freak him out pretty much, and just kind of jump on the conspiracy bandwagon and make everyone more freaked out. And that's that guy's personal belief. So I mean, you can believe what you want about it. I will leave that up to you guys, but I just wanted to give that update because I couldn't put my phone down watching Shane's new video, and it was great. Yeah, it's no secret. I love Shane Dawson. I love his conspiracy theory videos. It's great. I draw a lot of inspiration from him and his conspiracy theory series, so yeah, alright. So I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell down below. Leave a comment, leave a like, and thank you so much. Let me know what you think.